everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel, Navirusithan. And today we're still in Germany, yes. But the thing is that I remember when I said in the Amsterdam series, I always like to just travel in the local commute if I'm in a different country. Like I don't even care about this at this point. Just enjoying the local life, enjoying a country. That's the best thing you can experience. Exactly right. Alright, everyone. So this is the Pergamon Museum in Berlin, Germany. It's a renowned institution that houses impressive collections of ancient art and architecture, similar to the Louvre Museum in France, which has the most famous painting in the world, which is the Mona Lisa. This museum is known for its monumental reconstructions of archaeological structures such as the Ishtar Gate, the Market Gate of Miletus, and the Mishkata Facade. Here are some key facts about the Pergamon Museum. It's located in Museum Land, Berlin, Germany, and it has three main collections. Collection of classical antiquities, collection of ancient Near East, and Museum of Islamic art. So just feel like I'm a citizen of Berlin. I'm just a localite here, living my best life. Just because there are all of these, beautiful shops on the side which have ancient artifacts from the East and West Berlin, Germany era, and there's all of these beautiful lakes and stuff. Anyways, we're at a museum. Can you guess which one it is? You might have seen it on Instagram. Yes, it's the Bode Museum. It has all of the ancient artifacts in this museum, and it shows many paintings as well, which is so fascinating, and it's going to come up soon. Okay, here are some key facts about the Bode Museum. It was opened on it's located in Museum Island in Berlin. It was opened in 1904, and its architect was Ernest von Eichner. And it was named after Wilhelm von Bode, the museum's first curator and later director of the Royal Museums. The sculpture collection was one of Europe's most significant collections of sculptures, featuring works from the early Middle Ages to the late 18th century. It also has some Byzantine art because it houses one of the most popular collections of Byzantine art outside of Greece and Turkey. There's the numismatic collection, also known as the Münze Cabinet, also which is coin cabinet, holds around 500,000 objects from ancient coins to modern metals. It contains a selection of European paintings from the 13th to 18th centuries. It was built in the Baroque Revival style, with a distinctive dome and a grand staircase. It was severely damaged during World War II, and it was restored in stages after the war. It had to go through several renovations and several destructions, and it finally was reopened in 2006 after a huge restoration process. It was sculptured by Donatello, Tilman Riemenschneider, and Gian Lorenzo Bernini. There's some Byzantine ideas and mosaics, and there were some coins from ancient Greece, Rome, Byzantium, and Islamic empires. And can I tell you some fun facts about the Bode Museum? This museum is located at the northern tip of Museum Island, right on the Spree River. In 2017, 100 kilograms, also known as like 1 quintal, gold coin called the Big Maple Leaf was stolen from the museum in a high-profile case, and it's also a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Right. So when I went to the museum, it was a really fun experience. Like I was really enjoying the sculptures, the texture of the museum, the coins from the Byzantine and the ancient Greek times, also from the medieval era. It was really good. And as a history guy myself, I found that really fascinating. Alright, so there was these, grand staircase, really, appetizing outside, and there was also some pictures from the, Christ era, and then it was it was like a wind through time. Like if I entered the museum in 2025, I would just go back in time with this one museum. Like who said time traveling is impossible? What was I doing? I was literally time traveling. Alright. Do you see that gold sculpture? Does it, give you some flashbacks or something? All of the people together? Yes, remember my Birmingham video where three scientists were actually standing and someone made a statue of them. That gives me Birmingham flashbacks about this. Whoa! Just look at all of these artifacts. Maybe that's why someone actually did a really stupid thing by stealing the big maple leaf from this museum. Maybe is that why this museum is so famous and it has all of these, nice paintings? All right, everyone. So, just looking at these coins, do you guess some random thoughts? How did these coins be made? How were these? What tools did they use to make these coins? And how were they this perfect? And how were they? How are they even making these type of coins still in the modern era? Well, that's a question. That's the most fascinating thing that I uncovered at this section. So, just like I told you in the last episode, like whenever I go in a travel series, I just always tend to go to a place that supports my learning. And since I went to two amazing museums in Berlin, where I refreshed my mind with a lot of learning and also a lot of knowledge, this was a lot better than actually schoolwork, which is I can agree with. So the funny thing is, whenever I'm studying a book, I'm always like, ugh, do we have to study this? This is so boring. Why do we have to read all of this? But whenever I'm at like a museum which supports my learning, I'm like, wow, these things were like this. Wow, this is really nice. And I don't know, but this is just myself. I don't know how I just tend to not like this when I'm learning this in books, but when I'm at a museum, I somehow like this, which is a funny thing. Okay. Remember that question I asked you all earlier? How did they make these coins? And what tools did they use? Well, this is exactly the answer. They used all of these ancient tools to sculpt not just coins, but various more things as well. And that was really nice. Okay, so this is like the pictures and the chandeliers of the king and queen era in Germany. And not just this, but this entire section is full of the glass items and all of the, jewels and stuff that the kings and queens had used back in the day. The thing is that even in the modern era, like in 2025, we have all of the materials to create whatever in the world we can, but yet we cannot still recreate that structure. That just proves how creative all humans were back in, a long time ago. Alright, so this was the, dice that were used to create all of those statues back in the day. Maybe is that why they were all so perfect and, having no flaws in them? Maybe that's right. Alright, so do you all remember how I showed you that one mega room that was full of coins and that was dedicated to all of the coins? What if the exact same thing existed with sculptures? Yes, that's exactly what I'm showing you guys. This is actually the, entire room full of sculptures and, old designs of the people from the olden age. Yeah, maybe that's why many painters were famous in the olden days. Wow, this is actually, you know, actually the kind of the paintings that I would actually like. Well, a lot better than the ones I do, that's for sure. And the sculptures, I don't know, man, the sculptures back in the day were actually kind of suspicious and also kind of weird. Like, there's literally some sculptures with one man actually holding someone's heads, which is kind of graphic violence. So I did not want to include that in the video. Okay, and this is the entire room full of paintwork, and there are these, coins that are on display. And then they write some facts about the coins, and then how were the coins made, and what were these coins dedicated to, and kind of stuff, which I found really interesting. And I was also really happy to learn all of this. Alright, so how did people sculpt sculptures? Of course, with these materials, of course. And it was, really nice about the old material design. At last, after I was tired, I just wanted to grab some orange juice and enjoy this entire enjoy this entire dome-like structure and enjoying the entire structure and like things. And the outside was just as good as the inside. Such a nice weather, such a nice backward, such a nice rivers, and such a nice skyline in the city. Anyways, everyone, thank you for watching. Make sure to like, share, comment, and click the bell button to stay updated to all of my new videos. Anyways, everyone, bye. See you in the next video. And also, one more thing. If you hadn't watched episode 1 of Berlin or the Amsterdam series, please watch it after this video. Anyways, bye, just like normally.